What's going on, everyone? I want to cover some stats from today's price action. So today's price action was a little slow off the open. It was a little slow essentially for the better half of the day. We really didn't start to kind of ramp up, and I had a short bias coming into the market today. Market kind of just grinded up. I was letting a lot of traders and evolution traders in my community know that, we're creating this bear flag here today, but it's just not going. And when things like that happen, you got to be a little bit more patient. But we took 20 trades today. Again, a lot of these trades is because I trade micros, so I'm working in and out of these trades where I might add into some winners and then sell out, taking profits along the way. It wasn't realistically 20 trades that I took. It was probably closer to like 8 to 10 trades probably. But with that being said, we traded 84 total contracts today. Average trade time was 3 minutes. Longest trade time was 14 minutes. Now, I'm able to have these longer trade times. Again, I'm a scalper, but I'm able to have these longer hold times even on scalps because I'm trading micros. In this market, especially with the volatility, especially with, headlines and news and press conferences from the Trump administration, just different things that might come across the desk, I don't really want to be trading minis in this period of time. But, it is what it is. I'm very, very comfortable trading micros because when you're wrong, you're not going to take a big loss at all. It's going to be a paper cut loss. You're going to be able to recover from it. You're going to be able to keep a clear head, and you're going to be able to continue to trade. 70% of the trades are profitable. My win rate is about 70 to 80%. Right now, we're hovering for the month at about 72%, 73%, which is good for me as a scalper. It tries to keep me on the profitable side, and if I do have a red day, we can easily manage that and kind of get it back in 1 to 2 days. Total trades profit today was 710. We took $159 in losses. There was 14 winning trades. 6 of those trades were losers. The largest winning trade today is $160. The average winning trade is $50. So I'm keeping my take profits in that sweet spot of around 15 to 20 points. Right now, that's kind of working for me. So again, I might adjust due to volatility when things start to change. The largest losing trade, this is what I really want to stress, is $76. Now, have I taken losses a lot bigger, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times bigger than $76? Absolutely. But I want to focus on the average losing trade is about $26. So here's what I do and what's been helping me. I like to start with 1 to 2 micros when I start a trade idea, and when that setup starts to confirm, I like to enter in and kind of dip my toe in the water, so to speak. And if the trade starts to work in my favor, I'll quickly add a couple more contracts and then scale out everything at once. The benefit of doing this is that if I enter into a trade and it's chopping around and it's not really moving, it's dancing around, I'm in profit 1 or 2 points, I'm in drawdown 5, 6, 7 points, I can quickly cut the trade. If I don't like the trade, if I don't like the manner and the speed that the trade is trading at, I'll exit the trade fast. The longest losing trade time was 4 minutes, average trade time losing is 4 minutes. Longest losing trade time is 11 minutes. The max drawdown was $88. With that being said, you can see a nice smooth equity curve here on the day. We were kind of, starting off the day nice and slow, and then we kind of pull back a little bit, took a little bit of a loss there, $76 loss earlier in the day, and then we kind of, make the next jump, and then we kind of waiting for trades essentially to happen. But I like this. One thing that's kept me a little bit more on the profitable side this month for the month of May is being a lot more patient. It's for number one, not trading minis off the first 30 minutes to an hour. This month, I have traded minis a handful of times. I can count it on one hand, the amount of times that I've traded a mini contract. I think 2 minis was the most I've traded on a very quick scalp, around 8 points, a few times this month. But trading those micros has definitely helped me. Staying patient and waiting for the setups to really set up. Okay. I know that kind of sounds cliche, but I'm waiting for something on the chart to physically and mentally show me that this is worth putting my trade behind. A lot of times we are anticipating what the price of the asset we're trading is going to do. So we're getting in a little early, we're cutting it a little early, we're reversing moves. I'm really trying to wait for structure, highs and lows to get broken. I'm really waiting for trend lines to get broken and then confirmed. I'm really sitting back and waiting for initial balance in the 30-minute opening range to get broken and then confirmed. So instead of me trying to, oh, here's the 30-minute opening range breakout level, price is shooting through it, instead of taking the trade on that first move through that level, I'm waiting for it to break on a 1-minute time frame, letting it pull back. If I miss the trade because it just shoots up 20, 30, 40, 50 points, that's okay. There's going to be something else that's going to happen. Really trying to focus in and dial in and tell myself, I've got to remain patient. I've got to remain patient, right? I don't want to be, rushing into trades. I'm okay with walking away with $100 on the day. If I don't get anything and I take 2 or 3 trades and, I lose one, I win one, I break even on another, taking a paper cut loss and it's up $80, $100, I've got no problem with that. You've got to get to a point where you're okay walking away on the day and not trying to keep fighting. Like the mindset of, if I just keep taking trades and I just keep, showing up every day, I'm going to make money. That's not always the case. In trading, less is more. The less hours on the screen you take, putting forth is more. The less times you're putting money at risk is more. Like, you don't want to be in a habit where you're getting up pre-market, you're trading the pre-market, you're trading the open, you're trading through lunch, you're trading power hour. You're just opening up the door to the probabilities that you're going to run into some losing trades. And the thing is that when you're trading size that might be too big, you're putting too much risk on the table, you're running into the probability where you're going to go on tilt. And it happens to all of us. I go on tilt, you go on tilt, the next guy goes on tilt, the next girl goes on tilt. Everyone has those emotions where you go on tilt. The best way for me to avoid that tilt is by starting these trades with 1 or 2 micros. If you can take anything away from me, when you see your next setup, work it for a week, right? Work this idea for a week. When you see the next setup that aligns with your strategy, enter in with 1 or 2 micros. If the trade's not really working in a couple of minutes and you're looking for a quick scalp, just get out of the trade. That paper cut loss, you're going to forget about it. You're not going to sit there and dwell on it and say, man, I just lost a bunch of money. I got to get it back. You're not even going to think about it because the number on the screen is so small, right? You take 2 or 3 more trades, you're already back in the positive if those trades work out. And then kind of adding into the trade when the move is working in your favor, that's tend to help me a lot. And then just being okay with taking gains, right? Like, sometimes when I'm even looking for 15 or 20 points, if I see it's not really getting there, it's not getting there, I'm up 11 points, I'll just cut the trade, right? You got to be okay with walking away with what the market is giving you. Just because you want a 1-to-1, the market doesn't need to give it to you. Just because, taking 20 points yesterday worked for you doesn't mean that tomorrow's going to work for you as well. So again, be content with what the market is doing and what the market is giving you. Be patient. My number one thing, be patient, guys. We have to force yourself to be patient. One way that's kind of helped, and I think it helps a lot of traders, is inside the community and evolution traders, there'll be times where I'll say, patience, guys, patience is going to pay. Let's just sit back. And people, when they're forcing themselves to be patient, and maybe, you're having small talk, maybe you're talking about the charts, maybe you're talking about the levels, and you're not so fixated on this specific candlestick, it helps, right? Get yourself involved in a community, get yourself a coach, get yourself a mentor, get yourself a trading buddy back home, somebody that can hold you accountable for being patient. Have some conversations throughout the day, have some small talk throughout the day. Get up, take a 10, 15, 20-minute walk. A lot of times traders, they don't want to leave the desk because they feel that they're going to miss out on something. Guys, there's been so many times, and my guys in evolution traders know it, there'll be times where I'm sitting at the markets for 2 or 3 hours, or about an hour and a half to 2 hours. Maybe I take 1 or 2 trades, and then I say, you know what, guys, I'm going to go get a cup of coffee. I go get a cup of coffee each and every single morning, take a nice little drive, take a little walk. I come back 30, 40 minutes later, and everyone in the room said, oh, you shouldn't have left, right? We had that big move. And in the beginning, years and years ago, when I used to do that and I would miss a big move, I would feel like I missed out on the whole day. But over time, I realized there's always another setup knocking at the door. There's always another, play that's ready to be traded. I'm not missing out on anything. The market's not going anywhere. It's going to be open tomorrow. It's going to be open the next week. You just have to keep showing up and doing the same things each and every single day to try to make yourself be consistent. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I just wanted to give you guys some stats on, what it looks like to trade realistically. Again, the trade count today is a little high because I scaled in and out. I normally don't take this many trades, but I'm also trading micros too. So when I'm trading micros, I'm not making that much money as when I'm trading minis. So I'm taking a few more stabs at some ideas on the chart, just due to the fact that, the gains are going to be a lot smaller. So I just want to also prove that, you don't have to sit there and trade mini contracts to make a good day. If you're copy trading 5 accounts and you make $500 across those 5 accounts, that's a $2,000 day. If you got 20 accounts and times $500, guys, you're talking about making thousands and thousands of dollars a day. Be realistic. Be realistic. You're not the world's greatest trader. I'm not the world's greatest trader. I'll never claim to be. I know I'll never be the world's greatest trader, but that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to trade every day, make a little bit of cash, log a green day for the prop firms, get one day closer to a payout. Get one day closer to a payout. Again, try to set a daily loss limit that's going to be in line with the drawdown that you have. I recommend going like this. Based on your strategy and your win rate, how many days winning do you have? Or what, over the course of a month, what's your win rate on a day-to-day basis? Is it you're winning 70% of your days? You're winning 80% of your days? You're winning 60% of your days? What is that? And then I would take that number and I would divide that by the total drawdown that you have. And for me, it's around $250. So $250 on the win side is about average. $250 on the losing side, I know that I would have to lose 10 days in a row before my account blows up. So if I know that that math is there and that math makes sense, the only thing I need to do after that is just follow and execute the plan. Let the math do the math thing, right? Let's us do the trading thing. Let the math do the math thing. Let the trader do the trading thing, and everything will align. It's when you don't want to accept the math and let the math do the math's job, and you try to do that job for the math, is when you start to get all screwed up. You're down $250. You're going to make it back tomorrow, even the next day. And then you say, you know what? I want to get it back today. And you don't let the math do its job. And you're now down $750. And now the math is all sorts of out of whack. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoy the video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Stick to micros. Stay patient. Set a daily loss limit. You'll do just fine, guys. If you want to join Evolution Traders, that link is down in the description box below. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe again. Also, Apex 80% off sale ends today. Use code DAnthony. Make sure you guys are loading up on those evaluations at a great price. Day traders is also 90% off. I don't know if the sale is still on. You can try code DAnthony. If you guys want to go straight to sim funded top 1 futures, that link is also down in the description box below. And I'll see all of you guys on the next video.